Hello everybody and welcome to RWSRL. It's tier 1 today, it's round 7 and we're going to be here in Netherlands. It's going to be a beautiful sunny sky, hopefully, in Netherlands, and hopefully we're going to have some great racing content brought live on Twitch. So, the Netherlands track is a 4.259 kilometre track and it has 36 laps, as you can see around here is what we'll be able to experience in today's race. And Zandvoort has 14 turns for all of these drivers to manoeuvre around this tricky circuit. It is always a fun one here in RWSRL, and it's especially fun when you have the battle for the top spot in the drivers' standings. And the standings include Aussie has 92 points, Weeksy behind with 80 points, and Brad is third with 63 points. So the top two are only separated by 12 points. How is Weeksy going to try and close up that gap to Aussie up front? We'll have to find out today in Netherlands, in Zandvoort. I'm so happy today that I'm going to be commentating my first ever league race in RWSRL. And if you're wondering what the format is going to be for today's race, it goes as follows. We're going to have a short qualifying of around 15 minutes. Then we're going to go on to the actual Grand Prix, which you can see lasts 36 laps, around 30 minutes. 30 minutes of entertainment, which is always fun to watch here in this decorative league. And we're going to have another race to add to the lists of historic races here in RWSRL. We're going to see what happens today. Is there going to be any drama? Is there going to be that battle for P1 in the standings? Or is everything just going to be off script and a surprise winner may arise today? But talking about the constructor standings as well, it's equally as important as the drivers. The Aston Martin racing team, of course, flying high in the green car, the green F1 car, with 153 points at the top of the constructor standings. Second, closely behind, is Red Bull with 112, and then behind them stands Alpine with 97 points. So, this is round 7. What's going to happen in today's race? What's going to happen in today's qualifying as well? We'll have to see. I'm so excited to delve into my first race here, commentating on RWSRL. What a league. Just incredible league. So, it has so much history. So, I'm very grateful here to be commentating only once on Twitch. Not only once, as in like I'm only going to commentate for the first time and then just dip. What I meant is that it's only live once on Twitch. So if you're on YouTube right now and you're wondering when you can catch these live, it's 7 p.m. UK time or GMT, and our league name inside of Twitch is just literally all capitals, no spaces, RWSRL. All 15 drivers ready to go into this qualifying session, which will determine the grid for today's race in the Netherlands. A mountainous area consisting of a lot of tricky turns. A reminder that the official count of those turns are 14, 36 laps as well. Here we go then. The countdown towards qualifying is about to be done and dusted with who is going to be pole position. Which reminds me to bring up a statistic for this season on Aussie. Despite being P1 in the driver standings, he's never had a pole position so far this season. It's going to be interesting to see if he can finally claim his first pole position here in Zandvoort. Hello, Brom. We hope that you are Going to be entertained here, as most people usually are in RWSRL. We hope that not only you, Brown, but also to anybody who might be watching this after it's live, or if you're watching it live right now, we hope that your day has been equally as good as everybody else's. Ten seconds now until qualifying, as we're waiting Aussie to just finally ready up. And Ragnar's finally joined. So, here we go then. We've got a few more drivers just joining us right now, as you can currently see. So, let's see what's going to happen here in Netherlands. The orange orange smoke will be covering what will once be the blue skies. Maybe there might be some rain, I'm not too sure. We hope there is for the drama, but for the drivers, they certainly hope not. So you can already see a driver going to come out here. The Scotsman in the Alfa Romeo, that is Megan. Megan. How did I say Megan wrong? I think it's because of that Stormzy podcast thing, which is like Megan, trying to say that it's Megan instead of Megan. Anyways, nevertheless, if it's Megan or Megan, let's see what time they can be performed here today. So, Megan going to come around there into Sector 2, in the midst of Sector 2, trying to manoeuvre their way across this beautiful wide track for plenty of overtaking in what is going to be surely a fantastic race, full of battles, full of scraps, and full of entertainment. So, Megan. Oh, Ink has retired from the session. So, Ink is out. The Red Bull, of course, they are trying to take P1 in those constructor standings, so it's, of course, not going to be good for them. Ink out of qualifying. Horrible for Ink, horrible for Red Bull. Can they turn it around, though, in the Grand Prix, in those 36 laps? And, well, the big question also is, what can Megan perform on their track around this infamous country and infamous track of Zandvoort? Zandvoort's not a country, it's a place inside of a country called Netherlands, by the way. Just want to clear that up to make sure people don't think I'm American. There we go. So Sector 1, of course, for Megan is going to be purple, because, of course, they are the first person to come around this track and to perform their lap time. So, Sector 2 now, manoeuvring around Sector 2. What can Megan perform here in the Alfa Romeo tonight? So, 49.93 for Megan in that Sector 2. Now going to come across the last few turns here in Zandvoort to finish off the first lap in today's race and qualifying session. Around that last turn, looks like a NASCAR type turn, and across the line Megan comes with a 1:11.6. How is that going to shape up between everybody else's times here today? As game changer, can he change the game here, as he made a 1:11.9? So definitely not the best of laps. So is it going to be beaten by Depth Knight? As now he's going to come across the line very shortly here inside of the Red Bull. What are they going to perform across the line? And it's pole. It's a 1:10.9. Let's take a look here about that Haas car. James, now Weeksy across the line, of course, battling for top spot here. It's very important for the championship. Callum sneaks into P2 though. Weeksy still P3. We can see now James Kalaka coming across the line. Apologies. They go into P4 with a 111.6. Another car going to come across the line, and that was Brad with a 111.7. Brad, third in the championship. Can he change that for tonight's race? So you can still see an Aston Martin and also a AlphaTauri coming across the line. So Chris Towns up there into P8, and Game Changer has slipped down to 9th after previously being, I believe it was second to put a lap on the board. Anthony gets into P12, and the only 4 which haven't set a lap time yet is Ragnar, Flux, Remix and Aussie. Of course, Aussie, the championship leader. Can he keep his lead for tonight's race? So, if Aussie was to get P2 and Weeksy would win the Grand Prix today, Aussie would not be dropped down below to P2. He would stay P1. He would remain P1. What has to happen today is, at the very least, Aussie has to get at the very most, Aussie has to get P3, and Weeksy has to get P1 for Weeksy to go top spot. So, if Aussie's able to perform a P1 or P2, they keep the championship. I don't know, Jake. Every single time, mate. I'm just getting these call-ups. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus. Nevertheless. Here we go, then. So, Aussie is looking to set a lap time very soon. Hopefully, for him, it's going to be good enough for getting top spot. Currently held by Depth Knights. Do I enjoy it? Well, if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be doing it, would I? So, yes, of course, I do enjoy my commentating job. But what I'm also going to enjoy is to see how it's going to shape out here in Zandvoort. What this qualifying is going to be here tonight. So Aussie looking to set his lap time right now as he tries to manoeuvre that green with a hint of yellow car around sector 1. So what is he going to perform today inside of that Aston Martin? Aston Martin, of course, top of constructors. They're also top in the driver standings. And, well, not just yet, Brom. It's not lights out and away we go. We've got to wait 11 more minutes for that. But as you can see, Aussie with a purple Sector 1. Is he going to get a purple Sector 2? Because then there will be an absolutely blistering lap here around Zandvoort. And it would surely put him P1. Unless he was to, of course, spin. So, the Aston Martin now are going to finish off Sector 2 very shortly. What's this time going to be for that? Is it going to be purple? It is going to be purple. That is surely secured P1 as long as he comes around the last turn without making a mistake. I believe Aussie will be P1. Provisional pole position here. Could it be his first ever pole position of this season? Here we go. Onto the main straight. Surely it's P1 for Aussie. And it's P2! Oh no, now it's P3! Oh, I thought it was definitely P1. So Aussie going to be very disappointed to not get P1 there. He's going to have to work on his Sector 3 time. P1 purple, Sector 1 purple, Sector 2 purple. Sector 3 wasn't, but we all thought it would have surely been enough. But it's only enough for P3 as Flux took P2, but Depth Knights still remains P1 with a 110.9. Oh, Brom. Clearly you haven't heard me commentate before. Jake will know it. Brom, you've never heard me commentate before. Just so you know, every single race is like a championship decider. So, for me personally. So, Jake can back me up on it when I say I put my full effort into everything that goes out on the track. I'm trying to limit that, though, for stuff like battles for P15, where I might be going absolutely insane for it. I'll save my voice for maybe a battle later on. But Jake can probably agree with me when I say I do put my full effort into when I say lights on, away we go, and off that start. So don't you worry about that. As now Knights across the line, are they going to improve on their time? I don't know. Wait, is this the actual lap time here? Hold on, I'm going to pull up the telemetry. Yeah, so I think this might be his actual lap here. Is he going to be able to improve on it as we see a shift with the people down the order? Ragnar's actually out of qualifying session, so poor for the McLarens, but very good for Weeksy getting into P4. He is got to overqualify Aussie for a good fighting chance here to get people. Oh, Depth Knights with a purple Sector 1. A brilliant start to his lap. Is he going to be able to do even better here in Sector 2? Is he going to be able to still keep that time shorter than what his previous time was? So he's going to round off Sector 2 very shortly. Look at your top right of the screen. Is it faster? No, it's not. It's not by a massive amount. So surely that's going to be no improvement for Knights there. As we can see, everyone else, James spins in the Haas car, so not good for James. He's really going to have to improve when it comes to the actual race, and I think he's just retired from the session. No, he's just, is he? No, he's just letting people go past. Look like it. Oh, James Calaco had a little bit of trouble on that corner there, and well, it's cost him the lap. So not good for him. He drained out every last bit of his battery for that, but it just wouldn't work out for him. Flux still looking to get P1. He had a beautiful lap with a 111.0. He only needs to go for like 150 milliseconds faster, and then he'll be done and dusted with it. So we're going to watch him right now. We're going to see if he can claim P1, an unlikely P1 in my books. And considering that, I don't even think he's in top. Oh, no, he is top 5. So, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he's 6th down in the leaderboard. So, DJ, it wouldn't be a total surprise if it was to get P1 for him. As now, not Megan has, of course, retired from the station. Now, DJ Flux looking to potentially gain some time on his previous lap time. You've got to look at your top right-hand corner just to see if that lap time's actually going to be improved on. So taking just a bit of curb, as you can see, glides past Harry, who did spin on that turn in Sector 1. Now, going to come across Sector 1 here. Is it going to be faster? It is faster, but only by just the tiniest bit. It is faster than Knight's Sector 1, but I don't know if it is gonna. I don't know. He's gonna have to improve in quite a bit more. If he, whoa, DJ, big mistake. So that's gonna, of course, cost him the lap. As you can see, an Alpine right there, letting DJ through. So yeah, of course, definitely not good for him. Aussie with a spin, and an invalid lap time for him. Not good for that Aston Martin. Here's Weeksy right here, right now, looking to potentially overqualify the Aston Martin, not who is ahead of him in the pits, but who is ahead of him in terms of the qualifying order. So, Weeksy going to come across Sector 1, going to finish it off here. Sector 1, is it going to be faster than Knight's Sector 1? We'll have to see when he, of course, makes his actual lap time. For now, he's on his out lap. Just look at that, warming up the tyres as quickly as he can to get ready for a big lap here in Zandvoort to try and overqualify his championship rival, which is, of course, Aussie. So, Sector 1 and 3 both have yellow flags. I'm assuming it's just people go, oh, Weeksy, maybe you're just warming the tyres up a little bit too much. Okay, he's really warming up the tyres now. He's really warming up the tyres. He's really going in for this. He's got a spin. He had oversteer. So, Weeksy, he's got his tyres very warm for his lap. We'll see how that pans out for his actual lap here. He's still going to try and warm them up. So, It's not like it warmed up massively, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be all right in that green and white helmet. So what can Weeksy do? We know he's got pace. We know he's got speed. Is he going to implement it into this lap, which could be very crucial for the championship? You never know. So here's Weeksy going to start his lap right now. So off he goes then. The speed that he has inside that Mercedes will surely make sure he can overqualify potentially Flux and Knights when Ozzy gets his time back. I think that he might overqualify him. But we'll have to see. This is my first race commentating on Zandvoort, by the way, so I don't know any of the turn names or anything like that. But what I do know is I do know when things get entertaining, and I do know that James Calaco has just got P3. So the McLaren with a 111.2 makes himself up into P3. Great stuff from the orange car. I hate it when I say orange car or the silver car, because that just sounds like I'm really inexperienced with commentating, and it sounds like I don't know the names of the actual cars itself. But Weeksy, good second sector. He is improving on his previous time. He would overqualify Ozzy right now. Chris Towns puts himself into P2 with a 111.05. Great stuff from Chris Towns. Another Aston Martin performing well so far. Across the line comes Weeksy, P4. So he does overqualify his championship rival Ozzy, but he doesn't overqualify his teammate DJ. So we're going to have to see if he can do that very late on in the session. Now, I don't think he'll be able to. So I think that might be the last lap for Weeksy. I think he put everything he could into that, and I don't know if it's going to be enough to even keep P4. Maybe he'll drop down into P7 territory. Now we're going to take a look at Ozzy. Ozzy with a lot of time gained into Sector 1 there. Here's Sector 2. Can he do the same? Can he keep this time going? He did make a crucial mistake, which meant that his lap was demolished on the last one on that turn right there. This turn, though, he did it brilliantly. Ozzy with another lap time gain with a Sector 2 purple second sector, sorry. Beautiful from Ozzy. He's going to come across the last turn. Here we go. Can this Aston Martin get P1? Potentially his first ever pole position here going into Zandvoort. Ozzy crosses the line. Oh, it's P3. Just misses out on P1 there. Just about misses out. Ozzy, P3 though. He does overqualify Weeksy. So, nevertheless, that's big for him. And Flux not improving on his time. Calaco's in the pits. Callum now going to come across the line. What can Callum perform? Oh, Callum's got a horrible time, if you can see on the top right there. So pretty much, I think everybody just coming into the pit lane now, as it is a rain. There is rain on the Zandvoort track. So the drivers are hoping that won't pan out into the actual race itself. We'll see what happens, though. It's going to be very interesting for this Grand Prix, as Harry's going to come into the pit lane, and I think corrected. Hold on. We'll see. But my predictions for... Yes, in the pit. My predictions for today's Grand Prix is that Knight is going to instantly spin from P1. He's going to drop down to P9. I know. Big thing, but it is going to happen. Chris Towns and Ozzy will keep this P1, P2 alive, and Chris Towns will eventually let Ozzy through. Weeksy's going to try and battle himself up with Chris Towns, but Chris Towns gaps him and Weeksy so much that Ozzy has a big enough gap to come across the line for P1 in the Grand Prix. So that's my predictions for today's race. It's a little bit of a detailed one, but it is a prediction nevertheless. So, Ozzy, it is game over here in qualifying, and the game has been won by Knights. Knights performs a 110.9, and it was good enough. It was good enough to get P1 there in the Red Bull. That's huge for the Red Bull Racing team. So, Red Bull, P1, good for the constructors for them if they are able to keep these points alive. I said that they won't be able to. We'll see what happens. But there is your qualifying session done and dusted with. I will go you through the order right now. Depth Knights gets P1, as I've said a million times, but he does get it inside of the Red Bull. The two Aston Martins take up P2 and P3, with Chris Towns getting P2 and Aussie with P3. Flux P4, Weeksy P5, Kalako P6, Callum P7, Brad P8, James P9, Game Changer P10, Anthony P11, Megan P12, Cyclone P13, Remix P14, Harry P15, and Ragnar and Ink did not get any lap time in, but Ragnar is P16 and Ink is P17. So here we go then. We're currently loading into what will be an entertaining race, as it always is here in RWSRL. The formation lap will come first, I believe. I believe there will be a formation lap. So you can see all those fans are up top of the pit stops, ready to see which car will come across the line first and which car will be the last. But as my predictions said previously, I did say that I believed that the man up top would be Aussie. So, we'll see if my prediction is correct. For today's Zandvoort Grand Prix, it's only live once on Twitch, so I do remind you all, if you are watching on YouTube, and if you want to catch these live, then go follow us on Twitch. It's the same as our YouTube username, with just RWSRL, no spaces, all capital. Go on to there, Twitch, follow us, and then you'll get a notification when we go live, which is 7 p.m. GMT. For tier 1, it's Sunday, but I'm not too sure with, I'm not familiar with any other tiers, so if you want to know that, then go on to our Discord. No idea how you can get onto our Discord. I'm assuming it's in the bio of our TikTok, which is just RWSRL, of course. I believe there is a TikTok. If not, then I sound stupid. But if you just search us into either YouTube, maybe even Twitch or TikTok, I think you'll eventually find our accounts, which will then lead you onto the Discord. You join it up, and then finally, rest assured, we will tell you the times and stuff like that. But let's not go through all that hassle. Let's focus on this race. Depth Knights P1 in the red, yellow, and of course blue of the Red Bull. Just behind those two Aston Martins. They look like sharks looking at Depth Knights like it's its prey. Just really hunting him down. A great white shark just hunting down a little goldfish. Well, I'm not saying that Depth Knights is bad, by the way. But what I am saying is it's going to be very interesting if these Aston Martins are going to be held up by him or not. I'm assuming not, as they are dominating the league currently. Here we go then. Every car shortly going to finish their formation lap. I've got tingles running up and down my spine ready for today's Zandvoort Grand Prix. Knights was disqualified from the session though, so he's going to start way backwards. Much backwards. I've never seen a man in P1 actually get disqualified. So, oh no, not at all good for him. And it seems like I can't have a better view for the start of this Grand Prix. We'll go on the backward camera of Depth Knights when I can actually go on to him. When it's not being stupid. There we go. So here we go, folks. You can see those 5 red lights. lights out, and away we go. Ready for the start of this Zandvoort Grand Prix. Can Depth Knight still keep this P1? Down the inside goes Chris Downs, instantly into the first turn, looking to instantly get P1. You can see GJ just getting the overtake on Aussie right there, and it's done and dusted just behind Chris Downs. Chris Downs makes a little bit of a connection with Knights. Still though, Knights still P1. Down the inside goes that McLaren on the Mercedes. Weeksy looking to keep the position away from Callum, but Callum looking to go on the inside. Can he get the move done and dusted? Here we go onto that straight. He is able to keep that McLaren behind. Aussie looking to get closer here to DJ. Can DJ keep this Aston Martin behind? These two not reckless, but so fast and savage on track, the Aston Martins. These two can get an overtake at every opportunity, as now we see Megan looking for the overtake on Game Change, looking to go around the outside, isn't able to get that move done. James looking for the overtake on Kalako, but he has to stay behind as he isn't within any chance of getting it. And now you can see Ragnar here looking for the overtake on Ink, potentially looking for potentially a switchback maneuver around the outside. Oh, big connection between the two. Big connection between those two. Ragnar is gifted that position back, and I think fairly by Ink. And now here's Aussie. Is he going to get the move done on DJ? Is he going to go for it? Depth Knights, of course, with the fastest lap time, because he is the first man to come across the line in the Grand Prix. Here's the Aston Martin, though. Look at how close Aussie is getting to this Mercedes here. Is he going to be able to get the move done very soon? We'll have to see on those medium tyres. Is he going to be able to do it? Onto this straight. He's got the speed. Look at the gap that Depth has finally got on Chris Towns. This is beautiful stuff for that Red Bull. Aussie, though, still looking to hunt down this Mercedes up top. Is he going to be able to get a move done very shortly? Megan, they are looking for a move closely to Game Changer there, but still no change for the game for Megan. Callum, though, getting very close to Weeksy. Weeksy looking to have to defend the position against looking to have to defend P5. Here we go. Callum, can he get a move on Weeksy here? Breaks earlier than Weeksy. Maybe looking for a switchback maneuver here. Weeksy still staying ahead. Does he have the better exit here, Callum? I think he does, but he still is not able to get the move done. Still, those two are potentially battling for many more laps to go. Here's Game Changer. He's finally looking to go for a move here. Callum's getting very close to Weeksy here on the right-hand side of that Mercedes. He flies past up into P5. Callum gets it done. Done and dusted. Weeksy can't do anything about it, and now he could potentially be hunted down by James Kalako just behind. Not the start that Weeksy wants, but it's the one that he got. So, still... Game Changer spins very close between the two. Cyclone went for a move on Megan, but still Megan keeps that P10. Here's Aussie still looking to hunt down DJ. Still hasn't got an opportunity to actually go for a move yet. Still is forced to stay behind by the Mercedes. So here we go. What is going to happen here? So much entertainment will be thrown into this Grand Prix wherever it can, as Game Changer has done another crucial mistake. Can they be at the back of the grid here? I don't think so. I think Harry's too far behind for anything like that to happen, as Brad makes the move on James. He moves up a position. Ink looking for the move on Anthony, and Anthony just has to let him glide past the amount of pace that he's got. Into the wall goes to Williams. That is, I believe, Cyclone. Cyclone straight into the wall there. They've definitely got wing damage. Not good for the Williams with the wing damage. That is not going to be good for them. DJ Flux, is he going to look for a move on Chris Towns? No. Chris Towns still keeps P2. Depth Knight still. The depth between Chris Towns and him, of course, is increasing with every lap to go. Depth Knights in the lead here with a comfortable lead of 1.7 seconds. Ink and Anthony both going at it. Here we go. Anthony looking to still get the overtake. Oh, into the wall potentially. Ooh. Ink just staying ahead. No, he's definitely staying ahead. But Anthony, that was not what he was expecting to do there. He was expecting for a nice switchback maneuver. It's very durable around that turn, of course, but he wasn't able to do it that time. Cyclone into the pits, of course. With that wing damage, he was forced to be going into the practically. So Aussie looking to close down DJ up front. Is he finally going to be looking for a move on DJ Flux, or is Flux just still going to stay ahead in this Grand Prix. Maybe Chris Towns could help out Ozzy by just slowing him up a bit more and potentially getting him the move done and dusted. Megan gets an overtake on James, and Chris Towns has spun. No, he's let Ozzy go, I think. Did he spin? Did he go wide? Whatever he did, he's back down into P4. Ozzy still looking to hunt down DJ Flux. I think it was just letting Ozzy go. I think Chris Towns was just being a very good teammate and just letting Ozzy up the order, trying to gain as much points as he possibly can for Ozzy. By the way, right now, if Weeksy was able to get P1 in this Grand Prix, if he just shifted up the order into P1, then he would go top spot in the championship standings. Remix slips down into P14. Ragnar slips down to P13. Not good for the back line there between these three not doing particularly well, but these three are doing well. At the top here, P3, P4, P5, all to fight for here in today's Grand Prix. And Weeksy a span into the wall they went. Oh no, Weeksy, that's huge for the championship. Weeksy, I don't think is going to be within the points here. He won't, oh sorry, he is, sorry. He's only getting 1 point if he was able to finish P10. Definitely not good for the Mercedes. It's not what he wants in this Grand Prix. He has to get back at Ozzy very soon if he wants a fighting chance to get P1 in the driver's standings, but so far it's not good for Weeksy. You can see Ozzy still trying to close down DJ Flux, as speaking of DJ Flux, he sets the fastest lap of Zandvoort so far with a 1:13. Beautiful stuff from him. I'm going to put on the tyres here. So Cyclone with on the, oh no, Weeksy again. No, he's just dropped down 2 positions. Weeksy's definitely not having a good Grand Prix so far, and I feel like there might be a connection between the AlphaTauri and the Mercedes possibly. There we go, little bit of oversteer I believe from the AlphaTauri right there, and Weeksy's able to get the position, but he's well out the points. Not good for Weeksy. The Mercedes really needs to climb up the order to try and get people. Oh my word, we've just arrived at Brad at the perfect time. What on earth was that? He was going for a little dance move in the middle of the circuit. Jeez Louise, calm it down, Brad. As Cyclone are set at 1:13.8, Callum makes the move on. Apologies on Harry. I think Harry's just out of the session. So on lap 6 of 36, drama early on with Weeksy unfortunately dropping down the order massively, and he's been lapped. Has he? No, I thought he got lapped. I thought the Mercedes in second was Weeksy. And I was like, oh my word, Weeksy's been lapped. And I was like, wait a minute, he's not lapped, is he? Silly from me, apologies, as Anthony has a 3-second time penalty, but he hasn't got a 3-second time penalty. He's chilling up there. He's in P1. He's 1.3 seconds ahead of everybody else in the pack here. He's doing so well, Knight, to just keep this P1. He's setting this this race alight right now. He's just doing so well. Anthony is out. I believe they retired inside of the pit lane. Either that was him or... No, I think he's just genuinely just retired on track. Oh my. Well, is there going to be a safety car out? I assume not. Oh, big spin for Ragnar there as we caught that at the perfect time. Ragnar spins. So many spins happening so early on. Just shows what a tricky track this can be for some of our best drivers. No, our best drivers. The best drivers of this league. Just so tricky to try and maneuver around. But look at the gap that Knights has got. But you can see Flux just hovering around that second mark, where now he's within DRS. If he was able to actually get DRS very soon, it looks like Flux could have a clear sighting of P1 here. So let's see what's going to happen between the two. What's going to happen? James Kalaka with a 5-second time penalty for ignoring the flag. Definitely not what he wants early on in this Grand Prix. He is P6, and currently right now he would be P7 if it was to end like this. But Flux within DRS range. That is huge. Can Flux maybe have an occurrence? Can occur next to the car of Knights? Can he get a move done and dusted, or are they going to battle for a tiny bit more? So he is within DRS. He's got DRS on this straight in sector 2 here. Is he going to be able to close up that gap just a tiny bit more? He won't. It literally stayed the exact same all throughout of that straight there. No time gained for Flux, but I think we're just going to keep our attention fixed on this. Is Flux going to have a lot of time gained through here, or is he not? Let's see. On to this straight here. Here we go. He's got DRS. He's got the slipstream. The Red Bull. Is he going to be lacking? Is the Flux going to get the overtake very soon? No, he's not going to be able to get the overtake, as I think Brad has spun. He has, oh, front wing's gone, and it's a safety car. It's a full course safety car. Brad spins, goes into the wall. I think it was actually Game Changer who actually caused that safety car, because they DNF'd exactly as that safety car came out. So I believe it was actually just Game Changer crashing and causing a safety car. Not good for Knights, very good for Aussie, very good for Chris Towns. Weak C, maybe not so much. He is going to have to put an absolute masterclass on if he is able to potentially get a victory here in Zandvoort. But so far, not good for Weak C. But is it going to be good for Depth Knights for the restart of this safety car? I will be back in just a second. This is the perfect time for everybody to get a drink, get a snack, sit down and keep on watching what is going to be your entertainment for the night. And some big entertainment for tonight, some beautiful entertainment for the night. I'll be back very shortly. I am back, everybody. Thank you for waiting for me, or if you were just getting your snack as well. Brom is enjoying it, and why wouldn't you? Because so far it's been so much entertainment, left, right, and centre. So many spins, some people crashing out, some battle up top. What else could you want in a Grand Prix? We're going to see if there's even more entertainment to come on the restart on the safety car, which I'm assuming it's going to possibly start maybe lap 13 or so. But I've got my coffee, I've got my notes, I've got my eyes, I've got my voice. Let's see what is going to happen here in the restart of this safety car, which is going to be brought very shortly here live on Twitch. Oh my god. I think I might have Made that coffee a little bit too hot. Just burnt my tongue. Jesus. Anyways, so we're just waiting on Cyclone here to come around the next turn and to finally potentially get this safety car underway here. I'm so excited. Where am I from? I'm from a place which I'm not going to say. I don't want to give that detail to you, Brom, unfortunately. But the details I will give you is the detail of what is going to happen on the restart of this safety car as now Knight's just manoeuvring his way. When is he going to go? Where's Knight going to go? Where's he going to go? He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Ozzy looking for the move instantly on DJ Flux. Here we go. Into the first turn. What's going to happen? Diving down the inside goes Ozzy. Is he going to be able to get the move done and dusted with? Big connection between the two. Oh no. Ozzy has spun. Ozzy has spun. So has DJ Flux. So has Callum. So has Chris Downs. Oh my word. What has just happened on the restart of the safety car? And it's Weeksy's up into P3. Weeksy's up into P3. That's just what he needs for the championship battle. It's just what he needs. Brad and DJ going side by side here around these turns here in Zandvoort, and eventually DJ gets it done and dust it. Oh my word, but what was the restart on the safety car? Honestly, Chris Towns out of the points. DJ Flux into P9, now into P10. They're making the move on Remix very easily. But Weeksy is in the perfect position. It's just what he needed. It's just what Knights needed. It's the perfect downfall of Chris Towns, Ozzy, Callum and DJ Flux, which is just what Weeksy needed. He's up into P3. Ink looking for the move on James Kalak. Sorry, no, it was Cyclone. He's looking for a move on James Kalako. On switch back maneuver potentially. Here we go. Into the next turn. Does he have the better exit? Cyclone side by side with the McLaren here. With the DRS, with the ERS open. Apologies. Here we go. Has he got the move done and dusted? I think he has. DJ Flux looking for the move now, but he won't get it. Megan side by side with Ink here up top. And Ink gets the move done and dusted. Megan cannot get that position back. My oh my, what is happening so fast now? Ozzy's looking for a move potentially on Brad. These two, such decatur of drivers. Brad P3 in the championship and Ozzy P1. But he might not be there for long. As now Weeksy, he could be looking for a move very soon here on James. He's got a lot of speed on this Haas car. Is he going to be able to get a move soon? We'll have to see. My oh my though, the restart on that safety car was phenomenal for Weeksy. And can he get a phenomenal move on James as now he's getting very close to his Haas car, grabbing onto the tail of him as now we manoeuvre around these next few turns. Fakes the move going down the inside. James didn't fall for it, he wasn't phased by it. Now onto this straight, surely he's going to have enough to get past James here in the Haas car. Is he going to be able to do it? He's got the slipstream to the left-hand side of the Haas. They're still, though, just side by side as Weeksy got it done and dusted. He has, without the DRS either. James slips down into P3. Weeksy up into P2. Right now, it's Weeksy P1 in the championship standings. My word, what has this race turned out to be? Hey, this is beautiful. And now look at this. Ozzy looking for a move on Brad. Yet again, I will repeat, Ozzy P1. Technically P2 right now in the standings, and Brad P3. So these two are going to be battling it out potentially for quite a while, which is just what Weeksy needs to make sure that Ozzy does not get close to him, and he has to win the Grand Prix eventually. And oh, big spin by Cyclone, and that means Ozzy's back into the points. Now looking for a move there, straight on Brad, down the inside. A brilliant move by the Aston Martin, and now Ozzy up into P9. James, now the gap between him and Weeksy is just starting to plummet here. As Knights with another fastest lap. He's been brutally fast around this track. Brutally fast. And now Ink looking for a move down the inside here on James. Is James going to be able to keep the position here in P3? I don't think he will. Easy peasy for Ink as he manoeuvres into P3. James Snow still looking at the tail of that Red Bull. both the Red Bulls podium positions here. So this is beautiful from a Red Bull standpoint, as now Brad looking for the move on Remix there. Remix really going slow, and they move down into P12. So the Williams not having a good race today, but hey, at least they haven't DNF'd. Megan looking for a move on James now. James just slipping down the order. Very inexperienced with those top spots with P2, and it's kind of showing here, as now potentially down the inside for the Alfa Romeo. No, he's just going to stay behind, just a little bit of spin there. Supermax. But Weeksy is still... Look, that's not Weeksy. That's Weeksy. Weeksy's still looking to close out this gap to Knights. But Knights is just so quick. So quick. It's unbelievable. I don't get how a man can be that fast. As now... Oh, somebody span. It's Brad. Oh, no. Definitely not good for him in the Alpine, which does mean that the Williams, do move up a couple of positions. Now Callum could be looking for a move shortly, to Chris Towers. Is he going to go down the inside or outside into this next one here? Is he going to have a better exit than the Aston Martin? He definitely will. He was on the power really early there. Into the grass goes the Aston Martin with a perfect view of that. There we go. Here comes Callum. He's got the speed. Is he going to look for a move? No, he's just too far behind. Cannot be looking for it. But Chris Towers looks a little bit shaky here around Zandvoort. He's gone into the grass a couple of times. So that's not particularly good for him. He's on the curb way too much there. Surely Callum's going to get past him. Surely. Because he hasn't been particularly good so far, Chris Towns. And just the gap is somehow still expanding between Weeksy and Depth Knights. It's just insane. It's insane. Jesus. 6 seconds now. I mean, Depth will have to do something absolutely catastrophic for him to lose P1. And now, it looks like Weeksy could lose P2 here. It's Ink on the left-hand side of the Mercedes into the first turn. He gets the move done and dusted on the straight. Easy peasy for Ink. And it's done and dusted instantly. And Megan, oh, big spin by DJ Flux. Into the wall they go. Is that safety car? No, it isn't. Thankfully, they're not out of this Grand Prix. And they have just spawned right ahead of Chris Downs and Callum, who have been close to each other for quite some time. So how's DJ Flux going to influence that on these upcoming laps? We will have to see. But it's a Red Bull P1, P2. It's a 1-2 for the Red Bulls. It's been the perfect race so far for them. But it's something going to occur which just might change that, as Chris Downs and Callum and DJ Flux so close to each other here. So much entertainment. And Aussie makes the move on James Kalako. Kalako in the wall, Kalako with the wing damage. So Kalako not doing particularly well now in this Grand Prix, but I'll tell you who is doing very well. Depth Knights. What a race he's having so far for the championship. And maybe, just maybe, he might do a little bit of sportsmanship and he might just let Ink go past as Ink... Oh, Aussie! Aussie has spun, into the wall they go. They're going to drop down into P12. Is it going to be P13? Now they've just revived themselves. He's just revived himself right there. Into the pits Aussie goes. Oh my word. Aussie in the pits. Wing damage? Wing damage, definitely. There's a big part of his wing which came off there. Wing damage for Weeksy. Oh, sorry, no, Aussie. I don't know why I said Weeksy. Aussie with the wing damage. My, oh my. So right now, because he's at the point, I believe that means Weeksy is definitely P1 standings. Yeah, you get 15 points if you're P3. So right now, Weeksy is top of the driver's standings. He will get this done and dusted for P1 in the stand. Well, he will overtake for P1 in the standings. Not done and dusted in terms he'll actually win it, but he will overtake for P1 in the standings. So Weeksy putting on a great performance so far. You know, we thought, you know, he was going to have a catastrophic race, and we thought Aussie was going to have a brilliant race because he had a few spins, Weeksy, but he's got to make sure that those spins do not come into place now, because Aussie's at the back of the grid, 22 seconds behind Brad. We know Brad's a fast driver as well. I don't see how Aussie can just keep this P1. Sorry, P1 in the driver standings, of course. I don't see how he's going to be able to do it. By the way, guys, if you want to leave your predictions, by the way, for this race, then do leave them inside of either the comments of what you thought before the race and if you were surprised of how it turned out. And if you're just in the Twitch chat right now, then please, all of you, do send in your predictions for what will happen in this Grand Prix with the upcoming, I believe that is, let me do the maths right now, 18 laps left. So, entertainment here. Being poured and blessed in front of all of your eyes. And Weeksy will be P1 in the standings if it does turn out this way. Ozzy needs to close his gap down as soon as he can. And as soon as he can, as soon as he can. Because then, otherwise, it's done and dusted, really, in terms of if he's going to keep P1 in the standings after this Grand Prix. Because so far, it's not good for him. Very good for Weeksy. But Knights, what a race he is having. Unless there's a safety car, which might occur later on, surely you would have to feel like it's just going to be a dominant display right up until the end for Knights. Just so quick. Incredibly quick. You can see just that top spot's now just kind of gapping themselves a little bit. Weeksy still is able to see Ink just up front, but I don't think he's going to be able to overtake him anytime soon. So the only person who's really within DRS range of the guy up front is Chris Towns, who is very close to Callum. Callum finally made that move on Chris Towns. I'm unlucky to not even see that, to be honest, but Callum did get the move earlier, and now it looks like Chris Towns is looking to close him down, but Brad's looking to close down James Kalako. As now, Sector 3, what's happened? Flux and Chris Towns collide. That is awful for the Aston Martins in the championship standings, in the constructors. Red Bull P1, P2. Chris Towns in the pit lane. My oh my, catastrophic for the Aston Martins. They're both at the back of the grid. Jeez Louise, that's surely wing damage. Although, yes, it's definitely wing damage. You can see the wing damage there. Not Weeksy, but Chris Towns. My oh my, the Aston Martins having an absolute shock of a race. And surely, their constructor standings and the driver standings will be over very soon. Ozzy does overtake his teammate though, as Chris Towns was in the pits. Brad getting very close here to James Kalako, the McLaren, looking to keep this P10, maybe just get that extra point, sorry, I don't know why I said extra point. That extra point, which could be crucial come the end of the season. And Remix is down. He's really got to, I'm trying to make a pun here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But is Brad going to be able to get the move on James Kalako very soon? We'll have to see. Megan's still keeping close to James. They're up top, as you can see. But Brad is the closer man to James Kalako here. Not what James Kalako really wants to see behind his mirror. Just seeing the awfully frightening look of Brad, just looking and lurking for a move. He's going to look down the inside into the first turn. Is he going to get it done and dusted with? James Kalako still looking to fight for this position, though. I think he has wing damage there, the McLaren. Yes, I can confirm that McLaren does have wing damage. So that move was pretty much going to come very soon. So the McLaren drops down into P10. Brad moves up into P9. But he has had a catastrophic race. It's just not what Ozzy wants. Definitely not what he needed. But it's what Weeksy needed. It's definitely what Weeksy needed. They are P3 and they are currently P1 in the championship standings if it was to end this way. Megan. Looking and lurking for a move finally on James. Are they going to look to the inside here? Surely not. Yep. I'm just going to say, if they weren't looking for that move there, it was a bit too risky. Bit too risky for my likings. Of course, they did back out of it. And Callum drops down the order as they go into the pits for the medium tyres. I'm going to take a look at the pit stops right now, actually. See how many people have stopped. So, Aussie and Chris Towns have had 2 stops due to wing damage. So, there's Cyclone for wing damage as well. Callum's come in twice. So, definitely he had wing damage earlier on. Not good for him. No penalties across the board. It's been a very clean race between all these drivers. Now down the inside, Megan looks to go on James here. The Hascott was moving down positions a lot more earlier on. And I think they've just moved down another one. They have. Megan gets the move done. Easy. Right around the outside. Well, it was inside and then it turned into an outside move. So that's done and dusted with, and Flux able to get the move on Cyclone. Cyclone just went really wide into that corner and was able to fall back into P7. Definitely not what he wanted. James and... Oh, what's happened to Weeksy? Oh, my God, I thought he span. I was like, oh, my word, what's just happened? But no, right now... Weeksy has just pitted. I was going to just I was going to go, oh my God, Weeksy spun, but it's just a pit. So they come out just behind Cyclone. Weeksy going to have to look for a move around them very soon, but surely they're going to get back up into that P3 territory, and if they are going to get back into P3 territory, then of course they would be P1 in the championship standings. They have to get P3 at the least. Weeksy has to be in the podiums here at the very least to get. So it was a pretty move, by the way, there, Weeksy. So close to that Williams. What a brilliant move by Weeksy. But like I was previously saying, of course, P3 and above means P1 in the championship. If Aussie does not get back into the points, and it doesn't look likely that he will, has to wait for Callum to pit. I mean, of course, Weeksy on these mediums and Callum on these, mediums as well. So, yeah, I don't even think... Oh, big spin by Chris Towns, and James Kalaka's able to overtake a big spin there. Not what he needs. Callum just looking to get onto Remix's back here, looking to get an overtake very soon. Weeksy looking to go at DJ Flux here. I think DJ just has to let his teammate go past, if I'm honest with you. Callum finally gets the overtake with the DRS on that straight line, so easy to the left-hand side of him, and he gets the fastest lap in the process as well. Flux, though, still Aussie with the fastest lap now, so Aussie gets an extra point on the board. If he is to keep this fastest lap towards the end of the Grand Prix, that would mean that he would get an extra point. So, Weeksy now, looking to hunt down his teammate. Oh, no! Big lock-up. Big lock-up. Definitely not what Weeksy needs. We saw him do it in qualifying session. We said, oh, hold on, mate, you're warming up the tyres just a bit too much there. And oh well. That is not going to be good for Weeksy. Ink with a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Oh my word. So right now, if Weeksy was to come out, if he is to get behind Ink very soon, then that would mean that right now, it will most likely mean that he will be P2 instead of P1. Purple third sector, by the way, from Weeksy. Sorry if you heard some muffled noises there. I was just trying to drink my coffee and I was just touching my microphone by accident. So if you did hear that, I do apologise. But to be honest, I don't even need my coffee to stay awake for this one because it has been so entertaining that really the adrenaline could just run me on here for days. Weeksy just needs to get back into these podium positions to get, of course, P1 in the standings. Depth, Knights, I think, did they already stop? No, they didn't. They did? They did. They stopped very early then. Must have started on the softs, but it did work out for them. Ink 5 seconds behind, so right now Weeksy is actually P4. I This is very interesting. And when James pits, of course, because he has to change soon, right? Yeah, on these tyres, 18 plus tyres, you know. He's got to pit soon. So when he pits, then that would mean, of course, Weeksy will be P3 again, which would mean, of course, he would get P1 in the standings. So right now, Weeksy's just overtook a DJ. I believe DJ was just letting him go, to be honest. Weeksy P4 just needs to get P1 here. When's James going to pit? He might pit this lap, so I'm going to keep my eyes on him just to see when he's going to pit. If he is going to pit this lap, then that would most definitely mean that Weeksy would be P5, unless he does a catastrophic mistake and just spins. But we assume not. So there we go. Getting very close to the grass there on the exit. Not going to go in the pit lane, James. Maybe his plan is to just go on to the on the end of these tyres. James, Knight pits, of course, which means that James P2, Knight P3. So we basically got the P3 people right here. Podium spot P1, P2, P3, but of course those two P1, P2. These two have to pit very soon, I'm assuming as well. Yeah. So these two will pit very soon. So then these three will go back into P1, P2, P3. Weeksy will be P2. And I think it would pretty much put him top spot in the championship standings. Callum's still looking at the back end of Cyclone, looking to get past the Williams very soon. So we're going to keep our eye on that. But I'll say it again. Catastrophic race for Aussie. Was expecting to keep this lead into the next one. And it might just not turn out that way. By the way, Callum looking for that move on the Williams very soon. So whilst I'm talking about this, you might want to look at that as well. No, I'm just going to commentate on this. And here we go on the left-hand side. The Ferrari looking to get the move on the Williams. And with the DRS open, there was no stopping him. He's up into P7. So James getting very, 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 very slow here. Down the inside goes Depth Knights. Is something catastrophic going to occur? I don't think so. Knights has just played this out perfectly here. And makes sure not to have any connection with the Haas car as Chris Towns moves up into P12. James has to pit soon, or he's just going to get overtaken. I'm just wondering here with these 7 laps left, 7 or 8 so laps left, if Aussie might actually get back into the points. He is definitely closing down that car ahead very quickly. Remix. He's P1 though, by the way. Sorry, she or he. I don't know, to be honest. Megan's is typically a feminine name, so I'm gonna say she. If it's not she, then I do apologise. So she is in P1 for this Grand Prix, and James Calaco is out, done and dusted with. Just right in the middle, right there. Why on earth is there not a safety car out? He's just completely in the middle of the track. There's no way that's not a safety car. Jesus. Why isn't there a safety car for that? I'm astonished that the safety car wasn't brought out there. I'm absolutely astonished by it. But nevertheless, Remix with an overtake on Cyclone because Cyclone's in the pits. Here's Ink. He's just getting very close here to James. James has to pit soon. Otherwise, Weeksy's going to eat him alive. Well, Ink's probably going to eat him alive first, to be honest. So here we go with the DRS. Surely that overtake's going to happen very, very soon. Knights, by the way, what a race for him so far. Unless he spins or make a horrible mistake, he will be P1 and finish off with the race win. And, you know, we know he's going to overtake Megan here. No disrespect to Megan, but there's no way you're stopping Knights at the pace he has on these soft tyres. There's no way you're stopping him. Down the inside, Knights goes. Megan just trying to keep it close here, but Yes, again, like I was saying, just know where you're stopping him. Just been so quick around this track and proves it once again. Weeksy, by the way, really needs to close up very soon to James. Not sure how I feel about this for Weeksy, of course. I mean, Weeksy, I have commentated on him on plenty time before on different leagues, so I would be most happy if he was to get P1 after this race today. Not saying that I'm favouring him or whatever, but, you know, if he was to get P1, I wouldn't be disappointed with it by any means. Is closing down to James very quickly, though. James pretty much has to pit. I don't know if he'll pit or not, to be honest, but Jesus Christ, you can't go on 20 lap tyres like this and not have either a puncture or anything like that, so I'm pretty sure he's going to have to go into the pits. Chris Towns is out! Is it safety? Is it a safety? It's a safety car! Oh my god, it's full course here! Full course! That is just from mega... Oh my word! Weeksy with the 5 seconds! Weeksy! 5 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. Oh, no, 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 no. That is surely heartbreak. My, oh my, oh my. Weeksy. 5 seconds. Yet again, Aussie can get back into the points, which would be huge for him if he is able to. Megan, by the way, could win this Grand Prix if he's able to. Sorry, if she's able to get a move done and dusted, then that would be huge for them. Aussie makes a move on Remix. I think Remix was just way too slow. I think they was just like, you can go on, mate. But right now, Knights is P1. But with Weeksy with those 5 seconds, man, it must be absolutely gut-wrenching. I believe he's going to come out of everybody in the pit lane here. Is he not? Is he not? Oh, he's going in the pit lane again. Whoa! Is that wing damage? No wing damage. He's going to serve the penalty, sorry. Comes out with softs on. He needs to perform when I say he needs to perform a masterclass here to be within a reaching distance of getting P1 in the standings. Oh, look at this. Ooh! Weeksy, Weeksy, Weeksy. Just make sure to stay ahead of Aussie there. I mean, any points gained on Aussie is a good result for Weeksy, but today he could have, probably should have actually, come out P1 in the standings after this race. Knights, though, wow, what a Grand Prix for him. Just, there's no stopping this man in Zandvoort. Just, wow, the speed. Jesus. I mean, it should really be resembled by the fact that I wasn't even bothered with when he was trying to go for a move on Megan. I was just like, we all know that Knights is going to overtake Megan here. No disrespect to Megan, but this and that, this and that. Like, just the speed on this man is incredible. Just a race for the ages, really. Just so much entertainment. Of course, it is mid-season. So you're probably wondering, like, oh, why is this kid going? Oh, he's so, oh my word, he's going on this and that about the championship standings. Who really cares? There's much more races later on. Which, to be honest, if you're saying that and you're thinking to yourselves about that, then it's pretty stupid to think about it. Because let's be honest here, literally any overtake in the standings is an overtake that can last out the entire season. So, and even when maybe it's just a little bit of points gained and anything like that, I'm still going to make it a pretty big deal, because it just makes the championship battle not only more entertaining, but it makes, as a whole, just every race worth watching. As now, the safety car is in. What is going to happen here between Megan and Depth Knights? Megan went and pitted. I thought they were going to drop down all the way back down to like P5. But there's still P2, and could be battling it out here with Depth Knights. She has the fresher soft tyres, but Depth Knights just went at the perfect time there. And it looks like Megan won't get a move anytime soon. Down the inside goes Inkstar instantly on James. Wastes no time with trying to get that move done. Weeksy, though, still following behind in P8 here. Not what he needs. James being hunted down by this man, Callum. Is he going to be able to keep the position quite soon? We'll have to see. James still, though, trying to get closer to Inks after he made that incredible move. Ozzy now looking for a move potentially on his championship rival Weeksy, but Weeksy gets so close to this Williams up ahead. What's going to happen? Are they going to collide? No. Weeksy stays behind a little bit. Down the inside though goes Weeksy. Big contact! Big contact between the two. That could have been catastrophic. 3 wide, 3 in. All 3 of them have spanned. All 3 of them have spanned. Oh my word. What have we just seen? 3 wide into that turn. All 3 of them spanned. Oh my days. What have I just seen? Jeez Louise. What has just happened? What has just been a result of going 3 wide into that turn? Oh my word. What on earth have we just seen? Here's now Megan looking to get closer here to Depth Knights. Is she going to be able to get a move very soon here? Are they going to be able to do it on the last lap of this Grand Prix? Still though, Depth Knights still remains P1 in this Grand Prix. Done so well. And the Red Bull manoeuvres around each and every track. Today, you could say Red Bull really does give you wings. Depth Knight, with every single turn, with every roar of the engine, as he gracefully manoeuvres around each track and as he gracefully manoeuvred and just performed gracefully each turn and overtaking each and every car, he might be the result of what has been a brilliant Grand Prix. Or is Megan going to just shut that down and say to me, no, I'm taking P1 here? I don't think Megan will. Depth Knight onto the main straight. The Red Bull wins the Zandvoort Grand Prix. Congratulations to Depth Knight with a absolutely beautiful win with multiple safety cars. He kept his head down and was able to finish P1 in this Grand Prix. Congratulations to Depth Knights once again for winning, which will be a race to go down in the history books. So much drama between the top spots. Ink with the driver of the day. That is huge for him, by the way, to close down the people up top, the likes of Weeksy, the likes of Ozzy. I don't think anybody would have predicted that the man coming out on top in today's Zandvoort Grand Prix is him, this man, the man walking down the aisle to gracefully take top spots on the podium today. 2 Red Bulls on the podium, but 1 getting up top once again for the final time. My word, Depth Knights wins the Zandvoort Grand Prix and sprays the champagne across the pit crew. What a race! What a win! Absolute dominance being shown by Depth Knights today. And here was the final grids for what turned out to be a historic race. Depth Knights P1, Megan P2, Ink P3, James P4, Cannon P5, Brad P6, Cyclone P7, Weeksy P8, Remix P9, Flux P10, Aussie P11. Out of the points, that is massive. Chris Towns P12, James Kalako P13, Ragnar P14, Game Changer P15, Anthony P16, and Harry P17. I have been your host and commentator, Harrison Wilson. Harrison Wilson. Thank you all so much for watching an entertaining RWSRL Grand Prix. Thank you all for watching. You all have a lovely night. We'll see you for the next one.